I'm a loser, I'm a winner, I'm the sad one who's to say, I'm the faster, I'm the favorite, I'm the left out, run away. It's the wrong way you think today, what a chance you did take today. It's the madness your drive creates, what a chance you did waste today.
From the Smoky Mountains of Bristol, Tennessee, up north to Richmond, Virginia, the Right Lane Cup Series arrives here to Richmond International Raceway. This 3/4 mile high banked, very action-packed 3/4 mile racetrack where our 43 drivers will take on 105 laps here today. The fans are packed, and with tire wear expected to take a huge toll on our drivers, who will survive to the end and take home the glory, we'll find out here soon. Your starting lineup: Christian Vargas out of the Spa camp will take the pole with Jesse Turner in the Lake Effect. Ford was outside. Then it's Luke Evans and Griffin Label McDermott, the champion, in row 2, with Justin Henley and Ryan Griffin in row 3. Lane Sanders and Derek Hamill are in row 4, with Luke Martin, last week's winner, and Aiden Smith rounding out your top 10. It's Samuel England, Peter Onjak, Ben McDonald, Vince Freeze, Nick Breeding, Stephen Colon, Julio Caesar, Jeffrey Finguy, Zachary Fitzwater, and Taylor Frey rounding out your top 20. Then it's DJ Curtis, Cody Lamas, Stanley Andrews, Logan Cloud, Wyatt Junkman, Alexander Rowe, Henry Thomas, Tim Fiegel, James Ellison, and Ryan Reed rounding out the top 30, with Andrew Thomas, Charles Sanford, Alex Sanvitale, Diego Yepes, Angel Gutierrez, and Patrick Nolan, with RJ Bishop, Nick Gunther, Carson Green, and Zachary Ponce rounding out the top 40. And rounding out the field is Joseph Shrigley, Alexander Phoenix, and Daniel Voles. So let's go ahead and go trackside and get the command to start the engines and get this exciting race underway.
Tommy Lee, Mick Mars, Colson Baker, a.k.a. Machine Gun Kelly, and Douglas Booth.
Drivers, start your engine!
And a great pole position for Christian Vargas, something that team absolutely needed, that number 39 team. They've been very up and down, not what Spa expected, but they assured me that this might be the race that they get their first win as a team. The pace car is off. Vargas, Turner, Luke Evans, and Griffin Lapel McDermott, last year's winner, will bring us to the green flag. We're racing here for the 6th round of the season at Richmond. Down in the turn number 1 for the first time, Christian Vargas pulls 2.5 car lengths on Jesse Turner. Luke Evans and Griffin Lapel McDermott still fighting off in the 3 and 4. Lane Sanders and Justin Henley are here. Come back around. It's going to be Christian Vargas leading that lap, but Jesse Turner pulled right to the back bumper of the 39. Luke Evans is here in the Little Debbie's Honda Accord. Going to get right up to 3rd. Henley gets through to 4th. Griffin Lapel McDermott is just going backwards now on the outside line. Lane Sanders moves the 22 up to 6th place. Luca Martin back here, the Bristol winner. Coming up through here, GLM just does not have a good handling car today. He's going backwards. Martin might finally let him in. Looking back here, this battle and going on right at the cusp of the top 10. It's Derek Hamill, Ryan Griffin, and Sam England. Then it's Ben McDonald and Nick Breeding, the pair of breeding cars. Fighting, trying to get single file. And that's what we're going to notice. A lot of these guys, until the outside line becomes more viable later on, we're going to see them try to fight for this inside line. And McDonald running a very low angle, trying to defend going into turn 1, but that's going to let Ryan Griffin ahead of him into the top 10. Derek Hamill starting to slip back a little bit. You see he's now fighting Nick Breeding. Ben McDonald got through. You saw that there. Aiden Smith tried to get him line. He almost hit Julio Cesar. He's going to be stuck on the outside line now, but Derek Hamill's finally going to get a spot in line. Zachary Fitzwater with DJ Curtis. There's Peter Onjak, Stanley Andrews. And that is mostly your top 20. And a lot of these guys, they told us that tires are going to be the name of the game. So they are going to be trying to preserve as much tires as they can and try to make this on one pit stop. And you see it here because Vargas has not run away from this group at all. He's really held about 3 car lengths here. Just holding it down on his own. And Vargas, now you saw it there, he put another good 1/10 of a second between himself and Turner. Turner is now under attack from Luke Evans. Evans, I spoke to Luke Evans before qualifying. He said that they brought a really balanced car to the race. This isn't the same car they brought to Richmond or to Bristol. This was actually their backup car from Bristol. And Evans said that had he had that car, he probably could have won the race there. But Evans doing a very good job in 3rd. Justin Henley, a surprise out of Justin Henley. We asked Henley about this car, and he said that if he can get a good qualifying effort, he thinks he can keep this car up here. Very good job out of the Holiday Inn Honda. Oh, what's this? Oh, we've got trouble. Griffin Lapel McDermott is off the pace. That car might have been the issues that we've been hearing about. GLM pulling it onto pit road. Unbelievable. GLM doesn't know what's going on with that car. He can't get it to go. Such a shame for GLM. That car was going backwards since the start of the race. He thought he finally got it to level out, and now it's broken on the 22 team. And we've had a change for the lead. Jesse Turner is now your race leader. Putting that X-Side batteries forward up front. Christian Vargas is back to 2nd. That is going to put Lane Sanders, and all that fuss, Lane Sanders is now in 4th. Henley's back to 5th. Luke Martin to 6th. They're trying to do work on the 22 because I don't think it's terminal. We'll get a report on that in a minute. You see Ryan Griffin has gotten himself up into the 7th spot. Little jostling going on behind them. Derek Hamill trying to get back ahead. He's trying to fight a Spa car. That's Aiden Smith in the Hot Wheels Chevrolet. And you're seeing now that outside line is starting to come in off of turn 2. You see Ben McDonald moving forward. Ben McDonald trying to get the points lead. He had the points lead until last week at Bristol. He's trying to get it back, and a good top 10 run here would surely do it. Of course, Ben won at Sonoma earlier this year, doing his best he can to get another few points. And it looks like Jesse Turner is starting to pull away from Christian Vargas and co. Vargas, he said the car, he's come over the radio and he said the car is just not doing good after the short run, and we've only done 16 laps, so this is actually still a short run. But Vargas has said the balance of the car has gone away. So we'll see what's going on, so how he's able to hold on, but I know that's going to help Lane Sanders, his teammate. Sanders lunges it in under the 99 of Luke Evans. He's going to try again. No, he's going to let Evans in line. Evans running a little bit, half a lane higher. Sanders putting his nose underneath the 99. That's going to bring Henley and Luke Martin back into the fray. Luke Martin, a known short track enthusiast, as he calls it, doing a very good job with that number 6 car. He's going to get into the top 5 here. Wow. What a jostle through 3 and 4. Henley is going to let Martin go. What is Luke Martin going to do now? He's going to have to get around Lane Sanders. Evans gets around. Sanders gets put to the outside line. And that's going to let Luke Martin go. Martin looks like he's going to get 2 spots in 2 laps. Maybe not. Sanders fights back on the outside line with his Texaco Haviland Chevrolet. But Martin's going to get him in 3 and 4. Luke Martin up to 4th. and that's going to keep Evans in third, Vargas in second. But you see Jesse Turner has taken the opportunity to pull away. And we've seen this out of Jesse Turner a few times in his career. I think Charlotte a couple of seasons ago, he dominated that race, and he was able to pull away, but he got messed up by a group of pit stops, and he had to settle for a second place. Jesse Turner, is from a team of winners. That team is actually Logan Cloud's crew from last season when Cloud, and that's a team that won 2 races. They did a crew change, and now Turner is up. We've noticed a little bit of a performance increase with Jesse Turner. You see it now. This top 10 has started to settle down a little bit, trying to get into the long run. The one thing last year that is worth noting is that we ended up having a caution in the middle of the pit cycle. It was a very horrid crash between Dunlaprad and Jeffrey Finguy. Of course, the truck race the other day proved to be a very crash-filled event. We ended up having a big one right here in turn 3 and 4. Of course, so far, we've had big ones here at Richmond. Richmond has had that effect where we can have big crashes. I think back to season 1, we had a 10-car accident going into turn 1 when I believe it was Zachary Fitzwater blew a motor. So, and last year, of course, we had that big crash with Finguy and Dunlaprad. The two of them ended up going cab over wheels, so to speak. But the field has been doing a very good job thus far, and we're almost a quarter of the way through the race. Jesse Turner is your leader with Vargas second, Luke Evans third, Luke Martin is fourth. The Luke and Luke show is back again with Lane Sanders in fifth. Justin Henley has fallen to sixth. Ben McDonald is up to seventh with Breeding. Samuel England is ninth, and Ryan Griffin rounds out your top 10. Griffin needing to put some top 10s together to get his season back on track. There is Aiden Smith with Derek Hamill in 12th. Julio Caesar is 13th. DJ Curtis trying to get another good run in 14th. Peter Onjak, the first Onjato car, is 15th. Vince Freeze has moved forward to 16th with Jeffrey Finguy. Henry Thomas and Zachary Fitzwater is 19th. Alex Sanvatale, the rookie, rounds out your top 20. Stanley Andrews in 21st. James Ellison in 22nd. That is actually the third Crossroads Racing car. Stephen Colon in the 66. The Aaron's Dream Machine is in 23rd. There's Alexander Rowe fighting Charles Sanford. There's Cody Lamas in 26th. Wyatt Junkman, another rookie, is in 27th. Another rookie in Andrew Thomas is 28th. Logan Cloud is 29th. Diego Yepes, a rookie, driving this third car. This 84 for Bishop Family Racing rounds out your top 30. Then it's Taylor Frey, RJ Bishop. There's Tim Fiegel in 33rd with the 67 of Carson Green. Nick Gunther 35th. It's Alexander Phoenix. Then it's Zachary Ponce. Angel Gutierrez is 38th. Then it's Patrick Nolan 39th. Ryan Reed is 40th. Joseph Strigley is 41st. Then it's Daniel Voiles. And Griffin Lapel McDermott is currently off the track. They've taken that car behind the wall, and they're done for the day. Jesse Turner, though, doing an amazing job keeping the lead. He's now brought it up to 1.36 seconds on Christian Vargas. Of course, should we get a caution that could get a pit stop? We are within the range where teams are going to try to one-stop it. But they could try to do a two-stop. How that would work, I don't know. But right now, Vargas doing a great job with that Juicy Fruit Chevrolet. Luke Martin has gotten around Luke Evans. Luke Martin, the biggest mover of the race, has put his Ford right up to third, trying to go back-to-back, which is something I don't believe has been done in the Right Lane Cup Series. I would have to go look. But Martin trying to get his third career win. He ran Bristol very well last week. he and Luke Evans had a barn burner for it. But right now, he's doing an amazing job keeping himself forward. As we said, looking back through here, there's now 4 Spa cars in the top 10. That's Aiden Smith. He's gotten around Ryan Griffin. Griffin has just been fading, we've noticed. That Honda, Griffin just says he burnt his tires up, and now he's paying the price for it, is what he said over the radio. The car isn't handling how he wants it. Meanwhile, Luke Martin is still on a charge. That 6 car going after Christian Vargas. And of course, like sharks in the water, you see Luke Evans and Lane Sanders right there waiting in the wings to get around them. Vargas using that outside line. And overall, this has just been an amazing race at Richmond. A lot of passing, a lot of jostling, but it's all going on behind this man, Jesse Turner, who has led 20 laps right thus far. This has been the Right Lane Cup Series, Season 3, race number 6 at the Richmond International Raceway. Jesse Turner leads over Vargas, Luke Martin, Luke Evans, and Lane Sanders. We'll be right back right after this.
Yeah, it's great being driver of the wacky racer, but it has its downside. How about this free ride day? Are you ready?
I guess so.
Hey, man, what are you anyway? Hey, Greg, that dog's got some weird fluid leak.
Hey, look at me, mamacitas. Are you sure this is safe? Is this speed legal? Let me out of this thing. Whoa! Oh, mama.
I would have definitely put in more solid fuel rocket propulsion with nuclear transmitters and electron-induced injection systems. What you have here is so... Look at all the pretty bugs. You even need a...
Yeah, I guess they are kind of pretty, especially this one.
Turret.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go, Luke.
Get that camera out of my face.
Yeah, it's great being driver of the wacky racer, but it has its downside. How about this free ride day? Are you ready?
I guess so.
Hey, man, what are you anyway? Hey, Greg, that dog's got some weird fluid leak.
Hey, look at me, mamacitas. Are you sure this is safe? Is this speed legal? Let me out of this thing. Whoa! Oh, mama.
I would have definitely put in more solid fuel rocket propulsion with nuclear transmitters and electron-induced injection systems. What you have here is so... Look at all the pretty bugs. You even need a...
Yeah, I guess they are kind of pretty, especially this one.
Turret.
Welcome back to the Right Lane Cup Series, Season 3, race number 6, here at the Richmond International Raceway. Jesse Turner has led for a good portion of this race. Luke Martin now finds himself in the 2nd spot by a wide margin. Christian Vargas is back to 3rd, with Luke Evans and Lane Sanders rounding out your top 5. A lot of action has been going on while we were away. Cars moving forwards and backwards. A car that has been moving backwards is Justin Henley. The 31 car has been slowly losing spots. Ryan Griffin has gotten his way back into the top 10. They put Nick Breeding out. Samuel England has been trying to get around Henley for a few laps. Aiden Smith has been the 2nd biggest mover of the race. He's up to 7th. You see now Lane Sanders getting underneath the 99 of Luke Evans. That would put Spa second and third. Arguably, that Spa team's best run in their entire existence, I might add. They're second, third, now they'll be second, third, seventh, and ninth, probably 10th here in a minute. We've seen performances like that out of, say, Breeding Enterprises or Fitzwater, Australia. We've seen the Finguy cars get double top fives. But for Spa, this would probably be a big momentum booster. You see that 40 car, I'm telling you, Aiden Smith might have the best car on the long run. That Hot Wheels hot rod is bad fast right now. You know who else is bad fast? It's Luke Martin. He not only has he gained the most spots out of anybody in this race, but he is now catching Jesse Turner. Turner's lead could be in jeopardy. That car is slowly begun to fade on the long run. We'll see how it is that time. He lost about a 1/10 of a second. Turner trying to maintain a good gap. They probably have told Jesse Turner. Turner might have been saving some time. You see, he's starting to put time on Luke Martin again. Martin might have had to burn his stuff to get up there. We are within range of pit stops, though. Our one and only pit stop of the day should be coming up. And it might affect the complexion of this race. We'll see it there. There's Luke Martin going through. And now you see a fight for the third spot. It's Luke Evans. Evans has gotten around Lane Sanders again, and now he's fighting Christian Vargas. He's going to send it off into turn 3. That's going to put the Spa cars 4th, 5th, and 6th. You see that 40 car. Aiden Smith has been trying that outside line, trying to get it to come in. And you see he builds a great run down the straightaway. But Lane Sanders is going to help his teammate. He's going to try to go around Vargas. That's going to put Sanders to 4th. We'll see what Aiden Smith does. Smith is going to follow his boss. I will say Lane Sanders is a majority owner in this team. And we asked him before the start of the season how, with all the changes, with the switch to Chevrolet, how that was going to affect the team. He said it's not really going to affect us because we're still in the GM brand. But, man, Sanders lost a lot of time. You see it there. That's because they're all pitting. We have pit stops. Here at Richmond, has the leaders come down? They have. Sanders down pit road with Evans. That's going to bring everybody in. Stanley Andrews is already down pit lane with Zachary Fitzwater. Wow, that's the majority of the field. Has anybody stayed out? Yes. Alexander Phoenix has stayed out. Phoenix might gain a bunch of time with Zachary Ponce. Those two have stayed out. If they can... Oh, I was thinking they should have stayed out another lap because of how crowded pit road was. But now Phoenix is going to come down pit road, bring that car in. Issues on pit road, though. We saw somebody hit the back of Luke Evans there. Zachary Ponce, I believe, stayed out. I heard them go by. The whole field coming off of the pit lane. There's Stanley Andrews. Andrews looks to gain a bunch of time from undercutting the field. I believe Andrews was the only one to do that. Yes, and Stanley Andrews. There's Lane Sanders. Issues for Lane Sanders on pit road. They had issues. The left front tire would not go on the car. That's going to put Sanders a lap down. Oh, that's a shame for Lane Sanders. Such a good run. He was in the top 5. Other issues on pit road. Voiles and Luke and Stephen Cologne have collided on pit lane, and they're going to be stuck. They got to fix the damage on those cars. Where's Jesse Turner? There's Jesse Turner. He's put up to 2 seconds on Luke Martin. But he's in the thick of it with lap cars. Man, he tried to get around Cologne. He's hitting the back bumper of Stephen Cologne. Cologne's not going to let him by. There's Logan Cloud, his teammate. Fitzwater tried undercutting, and that's not going to help. That didn't help Fitzwater at all. I think he lost time doing that. There's Luke Martin. Martin has gained 0.5 of a second on Jesse Turner. Now he's to the. This is where it gets interesting. Martin is up to the back of this group of lap cars that's between himself and Turner. Turner has been stuck behind Zachary Ponce for a good minute. But the thing is, Turner has 2 teammates that are in this group of lap cars. I don't think they're going to make it easy for Luke Martin. Lake Effect trying to get their 3rd win. You saw more issues on pit road. Cologne trying to get out of his pit stall. Trying to get their 3rd win as an organization. But the other 2 wins have been with Logan Cloud. Turner trying to make it 3 and make his team a multi-driver winner. I think he can do it. The thing is, though, Martin has been gaining time. But he's got double wide lap cars ahead of him, and that has been known not to help at all. Luke Evans, where's Luke Evans? There is Luke Evans all the way back here. Evans looking for his 2nd top 5 in a row. That is the best running Honda, and this has probably got to be the best career turnaround I have seen. Luke Evans, top 5 in the points standings. He was on the cusp of going out of the top 35 in owners points last season in the Lake Effect Autosport team. He was booted from that ride, and we've talked about this story several times this year. He was booted from that ride. He was picked personally by Derek Campbell and the entire Honda factory team to drive this 99 car. And now look at what he's doing. He is putting up great numbers left and right, and I think a first win for him is just around the corner. Cologne, his teammate, is still on pit road. Voiles finally got away. Aiden Smith, another good day in 4th. Christian Vargas, winner last year at Charlotte, got the monkey off his back finally and looking to get a good top 5 day. Ben McDonald trying to get his points lead back. And I think he will, because that team is doing a very good job getting points left and right. Of course, behind him, you see Stephen Cologne finally back out on track. That Aaron's Dream Machine has been crunched and munched. Of course, that was a collision with Daniel Voiles that put that car to the back. Of course, right now, GLM, Griffin Leopold McDermott, was 2nd in points. He's going to fall way back behind Luke Evans. Ben McDonald fell many points after last week. Nick Breeding, I believe this will allow Ben McDonald to get around most of these guys. But I think Luke Evans might be the points leader after this week, the way things are looking, because Alexander Phoenix, your points leader, we're trying to find him. Is that okay? That's Andrew Thomas, 37th. I thought he was able to get into the top 10. Looking for Andrew Thomas. That's Alexander Phoenix, is back in 17th spot. He came into this race 15 points ahead of Luke Evans as it runs Evans as 3rd. And it looks like he is going to take the points lead back. Or it looks like Evans will take the points lead. Cody Lamas is moving up to 18th. A good run for him. Charles Sanford, 16th. Looking back up through the field. See Evans. Martin has begun to lose time again. I believe it's because he's in lap traffic. No, he's lost time. Yeah, Luke Martin has just lost time on the leader. That man right there, Jesse Turner. It is lap 72 of 105 laps here at Richmond. Jesse Turner is our leader. who can win this race here at Richmond. It's still anybody's game. We'll be right back right after this.
You spend the day going in circles, and you earn the right to do one more. That's fuel for the soul.
Felicitations, malefactors! I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formulary for the preparation of affordable comestibles! Who will join me? I don't get it.
All of these championship-winning drivers have one thing in common: Goodyear Racing Eagles. The race-winning technology that's found in the Goodyear Racing Eagles can also be found in the world's best-selling line of high-performance street tires, Goodyear Eagle Street Radials. The champions know, and it's why we say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
All right, Pinhead, your time is up.
Who you calling Pinhead?
You okay, Patrick?
Finland!
Closing in on 25 laps to go. Welcome back to the Right Lane Cup Series Season 3, race number 6 at the Richmond International Raceway. Jesse Turner is still your race leader, and he's held a very steady, about 2-second lead on Luke Martin, who has been trying to deal with lap traffic left and right. Looking back through the top 10, there is Luke Evans. He's in the thick of it. And then there's a pair of Spa cars rounding out the top 5. Aiden Smith and Christian Vargas. We've been watching them while we were on break. These two have been swapping the 4th position every couple of laps. It looks like they're going to swap it again here. Ben McDonald is 6th. There's Justin Henley. A banner day for Justin Henley in 7th. Samuel England is 8th. Stanley Andrews is in 9th. A good job by that number 7 team. And Henry Thomas will round out your top 10. Then it's DJ Curtis, Nick Breeding, Derek Hamill, Jeffrey Finguy has moved forward with Alexander Phoenix, Ryan Griffin, Charles Sanford, and there's Cody Lamas, Alex Anvatale, and Peter Onjak will round out your top 20. So right now, as things are looking, there's Jesse Turner. He is lapped up to the top 25. Make that the top 24. 24 cars are about to be on the lead lap when he's able to get around Zachary Ponce. Looks like he's going to power by the 95. Ponce is still fighting back on the outside. This is going to be maddening for Turner. Because he's just been trying to get around Ponce. He's been trying to get around Ponce since, I don't know, since the pit cycle. Ponce stayed out late, and that's why he's not been able to get around him, but Ponce finally gives. Logan Cloud, his Turner's teammate, gets him around. And looking back through here, there's Luca Martin. Martin, what happened there? Martin missed the corner entirely. Going to dive it back into the corner. He's still gained a lot of time, Luke Martin has. He gained about 0.7 of a second since we last looked at him. We'll be coming back around. It'll be 18 laps to go in the race. A poorly timed caution would absolutely throw this race out of whack. But Turner, the good news for Turner, and look at that, he gained 0.5 back on Luke Martin. This is the next lap car. That's Carson Green in 24th, RJ Bishop in 23rd, James Ellison in 22nd. Those are the next lap cars, and they are almost a full straightaway ahead. You see it there, but Turner is right there. He's gained time. Of course, Turner has been really holding his own with the lap traffic. but of course we have to keep in mind Luke Martin has been stuck behind Tim Fiegel. Fiegel is just not letting him by. I would imagine Martin has gone crazy over the radio about this. Of course, in front of him is Zachary Fitzwater, his boss. Fitzwater not having a good day. Of course, Fitzwater told us before this race that he did not expect to do good here. The car was just out of whack and they couldn't get it. They've been working on it and it just would not work. Luke Martin still trying to gain. He's lost more time. He's back behind 2 seconds. This is the largest the gap has been since the pit cycle, and I think it's going to keep shrinking as Martin continues to be stuck behind lap traffic. It was about the same there. Stephen Colon, we've noticed him. He's damaged the car tremendously, but because of the fact he's got the freshest tires, his tires are a good 10 laps fresher than everybody else's, so he's been cutting his way through the field. You see it there? He's gonna try to pass Luke Martin. Man, he sent it right in on Luke Martin. I'm sure these lap cars are driving Martin crazy. Fiegel making a pass on Fitzwater, and Colon is going to send it right in on Martin. Martin, I'm sure he's livid. Look at that. He's got 2. He's almost going to get 3 cars in 1 lap. I knew the tire wear was absolutely insane, but I did not expect it to be that insane. Colon is 9 laps down, but he is cutting through the field like a knife in butter. Martin missed the corner entrance again, and man, Taylor Frey looked to the inside, but Martin's going to run right back on the outside line. He is losing. He's lost 0.3 of a second in all that mumbo jumbo, but Turner has caught lap traffic of his own. Carson Green and RJ Bishop has been fighting. Looking left and right, you see Turner. Ooh, he went to the outside line. I don't like that move by Turner. That's going to put his teammate to the inside. And it's even worse. Here comes Zachary Paul. Here comes Stephen Colon. Colon is setting the fastest lap times, and he's 9 laps down. But what? This outside line was a mistake. Just like that, Luke Martin is right back in the thick of it. He gained 0.6 of a second that time. Look at this line. He's trying to move forward. Colon now is alongside Turner. We'll see what the time was that time. He gained a little bit more time there. Colon underneath Bishop. Carson Green got away. Look at Colon. Colon drove away from RJ Bishop. Turner is now to the inside of going to follow through. Did Martin gain any more time? He did, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We're within 10 laps to go in this race. Turner does not need a caution. That would bunch the field up, and that would give Martin a chance. Not only that, but it would put all these lap cars that he just passed right to his inside. A great battle behind him, though, for 25th. That is Cloud, Bishop, Ponce, and Shrigley all fighting. And that's something else that I think Martin probably has not been told, but he's still living about. All these drivers are fighting for position. It's not like this car is 1 lap down, this car's 2 laps down, that car's 3 laps down. They're all fighting for points. Especially as the top 35 battle to get locked into the race is heating up. Every position matters. And I think Martin, of course, I don't think that's in Luke Martin's mind right now. He's just irritated that all these cars are fighting for in front of him. Coming around. We're now 4 laps to go in this race at Richmond. Jesse Turner. They told Turner, take it easy. You don't have to do anything rash. Jesse Turner. Jesse Turner has been in the Right Lane Cup Series since the very beginning. He's come close several times. His best finish, second, Charlotte Season 1. That whole team has gotten a refresh in the offseason. Turner himself seemed refreshed when we spoke to him in Speed Weeks. He's had a couple of good runs so far this season. That car, that team has been really trying to put themselves in a position to put themselves to fight for a championship. Jesse Turner coming into today, he sits 23rd in points with one lone top 10. Coming around, he's going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go for Jesse Turner. He, the partial team owner in this organization, Logan Cloud, that man behind him, has been the only winner on that team. But coming through 3 and 4, Jesse Turner is going to pick up the 3rd win for that organization and his first career win at Richmond. Jesse Turner is finally a Right Lane Cup Series winner. How about that? Luke Martin, in all this mess, is 2nd. 3rd place will go to Christian Vargas from the pole. Luke Evans in 4th from where he started. Aiden Smith in 5th. Ben McDonald 6th. Justin Henley in 7th. Samuel England in 8th. Henry Thomas in 9th. And DJ Curtis will get his 2nd straight top 10 finish. But congratulations to that man, Jesse Turner. From the outside pole, he led the most laps. He'll max out his points today. Finally is a winner in the Right Lane Cup Series. Congratulations to Jesse Turner, Exide Batteries, Lake Effect Autosport, and Ford on their great dominating victory here today. Thank you all so much for watching. We will get you your finishing results here in a moment.